Greetings and welcome to the Pure Camping Yoga Centre. Today we're focusing on the lower back. There are lots of different poses you can do to improve the strength and flexibility of the lower back, but this session really focuses on removing tightness in the lower back and getting rid of really deep-seated tension. You'll start your practice in Shavasana. So bring yourself down onto your mat, lying down on your back, feet hip width apart, arms down alongside the body, shoulders down away from the ears, chin a little down, back of the neck nice and long. And remember, you can always use a little pillow under the back of the knees or the back of the head if you find lying flat is uncomfortable for the back. Always taking the time to adjust so that you make things absolutely comfortable for yourself. So taking the awareness to the feet. Just feel the feet, the shape of the feet, without moving. Feel the legs, the shape of the legs, the hips, lower back, the middle of the back, upper back, shoulders, arms, the hands. Awareness with the neck, the head, the muscles in the face, throat, chest, tummy area, pelvic area, whole body. You're aware of this whole body lying here, resting, easing, sinking down into the mat. Lying in this position of Shavasana, pose of stillness. And within this stillness then begin to notice the natural breath. The body's breathing. And it's effortless. Aware of the rhythm of the breath. There's an inhalation and an exhalation, and there's little pauses that connect them. And then becoming aware again of the contact that the body has with the ground. And getting ready to move this body, you're going to begin with the full body stretch, taking the arms up, off the mat, up towards the ceiling, right back behind you, and you're stretching into the fingertips as you're breathing in, lengthening and stretching this whole body as if you're waking up in the morning, having that full morning body stretch. Stretching now, lengthening. You can wriggle a little bit from side to side. And on the exhalation, lower the arms all the way down. Okay. So I'm going to move down onto my mat so I can demonstrate the practices for you and do the practices with you. As much as you can, trying to keep the awareness focused inward, but having a look every now and again just to make sure that you're following. Okay. And only going really again as much as your body's able for at the moment. Okay, if there's any pain or discomfort, then you back off, but they are very gentle practices. So the first thing you do is knees to chest. And give yourself time in this position. You're not dragging the knees in, you're bringing the knees in and you're letting your lower back soften. There's no real effort in the upper body. You're gently drawing the hands down, letting the lower back soften. Take your hands onto the kneecaps and you're going to make circles with the knees. So both knees are moving independently. And as much as you can manage it, let your hands do the work. So the legs are as loose and free as they can be, so that you can have that freedom into the hips. Change direction. And then making little circles. And then moving the knees forward and back. Placing the feet on the ground, so the feet are hip width apart again. The arms are down alongside the body, the palms face down. This next practice is called tilt and flatten. It's kind of like a half pelvic tilt. So what you do is you shift your hips forward, you tilt your hips forward, so there's now space underneath the lower back, but the pelvis is on the ground. So you're really shortening the muscles and tightening the muscles in the lower back. And then you simply let the lower back soften down. You're not pressing down, you're just letting it come back to that neutral position. You do the same thing again, you tilt the hips forward, the pelvis forward, and then you let the lower back soften. So you're going to do that 3 more times yourself. Inhaling as you tip forward, exhaling as you soften. The next practice is the tilt, flatten and curl or lift. Okay, so the left foot is off the ground, left hand is on top of the left knee. So the knee is just over the hip joint. And this is a 2-part practice. The first part is what you've done already. It's that tilt, tilting the hips forward. So you've tightened the lower back. And then you let the lower back soften down and you lift up and you move the right elbow over towards the left knee and you come back to center. Same thing again, tilt the hips forward, tighten the lower back, soften the lower back down, lift up and over. Inhaling back down, just exhale and rest for a moment. So you're trying to actually, when you're lifting up, you're trying to draw the front of the pubic bone, the pelvic area and the lower ribs towards each other, really trying to use the muscles from the belly button out to the sides. So you do it one more time, tip the hips forward, soften down, lifting up and over. And then back. Just rest for a moment. And then getting ready on the other side. So you inhale, tip your hips forward. Again, make sure you're getting that. It's like squeezing out a sponge, and then when you do soften the lower back, it's like everything in it completely softens. So you're letting your lower back soften down. Just when it's softened down, you're lifting up and over. Inhaling back down, just exhaling for a moment. Inhaling, tilting. Exhaling, softening and lifting up and over. One more time yourself. And then taking both hands behind the back of the head. So you're going to come up to both knees now, this last time. So it's a two-part movement, just like you've done before. You tip your hips forward, so the lower back is nice and tight, muscles nice and short. And then you allow your lower back to soften down, and you lift up. You bring the elbows towards each other. You keep the muscles again short from the front of the pelvis to the lower ribs, drawing them together. And then you come back down. Everything goes soft in between. You make sure you're not building up tension in the neck. Inhaling, tilting forward. Exhaling, softening and lifting up. And the last time yourself. You'll finish the practice with the spinal twist. So take the arms out to the sides, palms facing up to start, feet hip width apart. You allow the knees to go to your right and the head turns to the left. And as you do that, so as the knees go to the right, the head turns to the left, you turn the right hand with the palm facing down. Inhaling back up to center, both hands facing up, knees go to the left, head turns to the right, and the left hand palm goes down, right hand is up. Inhaling back to center, and exhaling over the other side, knees to the right, right hand palm faces down, left hand up. And the next time that the knees go to the right and that the head turns to the left, you can lengthen the left arm a little bit further up, stretch into it a little bit more. Right hand faces down. If the knees move apart, that's fine. If they slide or slip, that's fine. You want to let go of tension in this position. And then bringing the knees back up to center. Palms face up, knees the last time go off to the left, left hand down, right hand up, and you can stretch that right arm a little bit further up, and you rest there in that pose. Of course, you can have your eyes closed for all of this. Knees back up to center. Let the arms move down. Bring the knees in towards the belly to finish the practice. You might have to shuffle a little bit from side to side to get them in just a little bit closer, to flatten the lower back just a little bit more. Hug them to the chest. Tuck your chin down and lift up. And then lie again in Shavasana. Lie in Shavasana, the legs stretched out, feet a little apart. Arms alongside the body, allowing the whole body to settle down, allowing this whole body to become quiet and still, just aware of all the sensations in the body, from the soles of the feet through the legs and hips, through the spine, all the way up to the top of the head. Aware of the whole body. Whole body lying here, absolutely still. Om Tat Sat. This practice has come to an end. So in your own time, when you're ready to move, you can roll yourself over onto the side, open the eyes and come up and sit, and go about your day.